So it's January 2022, and it's a really miserable day out. Dark at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, rainy and cold and wind and all that. So the best thing to have for dinner on a day like that is a chicken soup. So this is all you need for your chicken soup. This is about 2 pounds or roughly a kilogram of chicken. And this is chicken thighs with a bone in. Now, I like the bone in when I make soup because I cook it for quite a long time, and the nutrients in the soup then go in the bones. The nutrients go into the soup, and it makes the soup even better. Now, this here is a variety of stuff I put in a soup. Now, in Germany, we have something called soupJan. You just go to the store and you buy this bundle, and it's really cheap, and it's got all the stuff. All you need to do is clean it and put it in the soup. Unfortunately, we can't buy that here. So what I do is we're surrounded by lots of farms. So in the late summer, I go to the farms and buy the freshest produce they have for really good prices. So carrots, if you want to zoom in here, there's carrots, celery, leek, onion, parsley root, celeriac. I also like putting in what's called garlic scapes. That's the green curly stuff on top of the garlic when it grows. And anything you like, for instance, parsnips is in here too. So what I do then is I make about 20 or 30 of little baggies and freeze them. And when it comes to the winter, I don't have to go to the store and buy one carrot and one this and one that. So that's all we need today. So the way I do it is I go over to the stove. I have the water on already. It doesn't really matter if you want to use hot water or cold water. It can matter at a later time to make the soup clear or a little cloudy, and that has more to do with putting the lid on or not. At least that's what I think it is. So just water, about 2 liters of water for about a kilogram of chicken pieces. So then I'll take my mixed vegetables or soupJan and it goes right in. What else do we need? Seasoning. And that couldn't be simpler. A bay leaf. You could put 2 if you like it. I usually put 3 large allspice because they're really big, but you can adjust it like you want. Salt and pepper to taste. I probably have to add some more later. And now all I have to do is let this come to a boil and then cook it for on slow heat for about an hour. And at that point I'll put the lid on. And the reason why I want it on slow heat, as I mentioned earlier, I want the bones, all the stuff, the goodness in the bones, the marrow and everything to infuse the soup. And then all you do is you come back and I'll show you what to do in about an hour. So here we go. So this is the soup while it's cooking. It's approximately 45 minutes. And as you can see, it reduced quite a bit. So you can add a little more water to it. But it's cooking nicely. See you in a bit. So it's been an hour. And this is what it's cooked down to. Now it also looks a lot less than it is because this was the chicken. Now in the meantime, I've deboned the chicken, 1 bone per piece obviously, and took the skin off too because I really don't like chicken skin floating around in my soup. So now I have a fresh pot and a set, and all I do, and this is now a bit cool enough for me to handle, I'm just going to pour it into a fresh pot. And the reason why I'm doing, you don't really have to do that. We never did that at home actually, but I like doing it these days because when you take a look at these veggies, they have really seen better days because they're mush, right? And I don't know if it's, you could totally eat it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just like to discard them. And in the meantime, I've chopped some carrots and some celery, 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks. We're going to add it back into the strained broth. and all the chicken meat. And it's actually amazing how much meat comes off about a kilogram of chicken thighs bone in. So now we're going to turn the element back on. At this point, I should try it to see if I need to adjust the seasoning. Yeah, it definitely needs pepper and salt. It's just too bland the way it is right now. And that you can totally do to your discretion. And since it's cooked down so nicely, you could also add, this is 2 big, or maybe 3 pinches of salt. And I'm going to add another 500 milliliters of water. There we go. And now I'm going to let that cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. And that's about as long as it takes for the vegetables to, I would rather say 5, because once you turn it off, the heat itself will cook the vegetables a little bit more, and you don't want mush again. So once that is done, and let's just assume that is done right now, so 5 minutes have passed, chop parsley, about a tablespoon. And there it goes. And this is what your finished chicken soup looks like. And this is how you would serve it. There you go. Isn't that a thing of beauty? So now you can add some boiled potatoes to it. You can have some rice that you've cooked on the side, or even leftover rice from the day before that you heated up again, put a little bit of rice in it, or some noodles that you happen to have or you cook for that reason. Now here's one other thing you could do to make it more of a bigger meal, is you can take, this is what we used to do at home. We used to jar our own peas and carrots, and then add a jar of peas and carrots to it. I'm not doing that today, but you could totally do that. And there is our chicken soup, and it is absolutely yummy. Let's do a close-up here again, huh? There you go. Isn't that a thing of beauty? And in 5 more minutes, I think we'll be ready for dinner. And I have some cold rice in the fridge, which is left over from yesterday, so I think we're gonna have soup with rice today. Bon appetit.